Item is Director's Report.
Okay, so concerning the City Council's actions since your last meeting, they've had 3 meetings since you last met, and those council meetings were on November 5th, November 19th, and December 3rd. On November 5th, the council held a study session to establish policies and priorities for the upcoming capital improvement program. After the capital improvement program is developed, it will be brought back to the commission sometime early, or I should say it will be brought to the commission sometime early next year for a finding of consistency with the general plan, which is required by state law. Also on November 5th, the council introduced 2 ordinances amending the Emeryville Municipal Code to adopt the 2013 Building Code with local amendments. One of the ordinances amended the building regulations and the other amended the fire code. The local amendments pertain to administrative procedures and fire sprinkler requirements. Both ordinances were passed on the consent calendar on November 19th and will take effect on January 1st. There were no other items of particular planning interest on November 19th. On December 3rd, the council held a study session on the proposed Sherwin-Williams PUD. They heard from many speakers and they made a number of comments. They were generally supportive of the concept of reorganizing the site plan to put the buildings along the railroad and the open space in the middle, which of course will require a land swap with the city. The applicants are now considering their options and hope to file a formal application sometime in the next few months. Following that study session, the council held another special meeting at which Councilmember Jack Asher was elected mayor and Councilmember Ruth Atkin was elected vice mayor, and they both took the oath of office, and then Mayor Asher presided over the remainder of the meeting. At the regular meeting, the council passed a resolution declaring it to be the policy of the city that any project requiring planning approvals from either the commission or council shall be subject to the traffic impact fee, housing linkage fee, park fee, and government facilities fee, provided that these fees are enacted prior to the issuance of a building permit for such a project. This will preclude an applicant from attempting to avoid these fees, for example, by filing a vesting tentative map, which is a kind of a subdivision map. However, this situation already pretty much applies in most circumstances, so it's really not a change from the current situation for most types of projects. We just want to make sure that these fees, which we are currently working on but have not been enacted yet, will apply to projects that you may approve in the future, even before the fees are enacted. And finally, the council held a lengthy discussion about the Emeryville with much public comment, mostly from Watergate residents, but also from others from the community, concerning the need for continued Emeryville service and possible funding mechanisms for future Emeryville service. And other than this report on the City Council's recent meetings, I have no further announcements. So that concludes my report, and I'd be happy to respond to any questions you may have.
I have a question. So that fee, the change in fees you were talking about, is that something that it all came out of the? I noticed in the development agreement for the transit center that there was a requirement that they pay all current fees. I was wondering if that was sort of related, if that was something that came out of that.
No,
that effort at all?
not
No?
particularly.
Okay.
It came to light because we had heard that someone was planning to file a vesting tentative map.
Okay.
We wanted to make sure that we could capture all the fees that we can after they're adopted.
Fair enough. And then I have one other question related to the comment that we got. Are the videos of planning commission meetings hosted on the city's website in the archive?
No, those are not on the city website.
Okay. Is there a reason for that, or?
It's just a staffing and I wouldn't call it a technical issue. It's we could do it. We don't use the same system that the city council uses. It's called Granicus. You may notice the city clerk is over here frantically entering stuff into her computer all throughout a city council meeting.
Yeah.
That's in order to get those videos posted up on the website. We don't use that same system for the Planning Commission, although we could take the DVDs and put them up. We have talked about doing that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I would give a comment that if the videos are going to be on the internet anyway. It'd be nice to have them hosted on the city's website. I think it'd be a little more official.
And I'd have to agree with that, because after our last meeting, I went back to look at some, to try to find how we voted or directed staff on something, and I couldn't find anything. So even if they weren't posted on the website, if we could find them on YouTube or find a way to get to them to the website, I don't know that it has to be posted like the city council is, but I kind of was looking for some reference on what we had talked about, and I couldn't find it in any other place, and I couldn't find the videos, so it would be helpful.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions?
Next item on the